So we get asked all the time as realtors here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, just what the best neighborhoods are to live in. And in 2020, RE/MAX actually did a study in which it reached out to a number of brokerages here in Winnipeg just to get their opinion on which neighborhoods are the best to live in. So I'm going to summarize those neighborhoods and give you my thoughts on them throughout this video today. So stay tuned for the 10 neighborhoods as selected by RE/MAX brokerages as the 10 best neighborhoods to live in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Hi, I'm Jennifer Queen with the Jennifer Queen team and RE/MAX professionals here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And without further ado, I'm going to get right into these 10 neighborhoods as recommended by my peers. Now, keep in mind that the criteria that these were weighted on might not necessarily be the same criteria that you or your family wants to weigh in on when they're looking for a property. But I will give you the list of criteria here. So the livability criteria was affordability, walkability, proximity to work, population density, proximity to public transit, access to green spaces and parks, including dog parks, easily drivable, access to medical services or major hospitals, proximity to big box or chain stores, easily walkable neighborhoods or bikeable as well, proximity to schools as well as school districts and how they rank. Also, weight was given to the diversity of cultures and ethnicities within the neighborhoods, and also finally proximity to a variety of other items such as big box stores, kind of clinics, restaurants, dining, all those kinds of things. Was it a super accessible neighborhood? So without further ado, here are the 10 top ranked neighborhoods in Winnipeg for this 2020 study. Now keep in mind too that these are in no specific order. The first neighborhood we are going to discuss is the neighborhood of River Heights. So River Heights is probably one of the most affluent neighborhoods that was listed in this study. And you're going to find as a result that the housing there is a little bit more expensive when compared to the city's average housing price. However, what you will find is that it is in great proximity to really everything and is in a great school division too. Also, it is a short drive to either of the two major hospitals here. And by two major, I mean like our teaching hospitals that have substantial research funding every year. And that is St. Boniface Hospital as well as Health Sciences Center. So River Heights is kind of a short drive to either of those hospitals. If you want more information on the River Heights community, we have actually already shot a video on it. I will link it in the comments section below just so you can easily find that video if you want more information on it. But I agree, this is a great neighborhood. Norwood Flats also made this list. Now Norwood Flats, if you're familiar with Winnipeg, you might find that it's a little bit more difficult of a neighborhood to buy into. It's really exclusive. The actual flats portion of Norwood is kind of these cool streets with no front street structure, so families with young children love it because their kids can go out and play with one another in their front yards, and then all of the houses are served by a back lane where you either have a garage or just a parking pad, but it's a really community focused area and it's really nicely situated in that it's got rivers surrounding it, it's got quick access to downtown. It is very close to the major hospitals again, super centrally located. Another thing to keep in mind is that it's got a very heavy Francophone population, so if you're looking for a little bit more French speaking of a population, it's a good opportunity. I would say a much higher proportion of households in this area speak French. Conveniently enough, we have actually also shot a video featuring Norwood and all that it has to offer. So I will also link that in the comments section below. We did not have this list when we were choosing our neighborhoods, but by chance, we've featured a number in this list. So hopefully you can enjoy those videos. And again, I will link it in the comments section below. The next neighborhood listed in this area is Osborne Village. What you're going to find about the Osborne Village area is the property there is a lot more affordable. You're also going to find the average population age is also younger. It's known as kind of like one of those hip, trendy areas within the city. You can't walk down a street without running into a bookstore, a coffee shop, a boutique store, or just some really cool fine dining options or pubs. It's a really cool and funky area within the city. I would say there's not as high of a proportion of young families living there, but there are still great options for young families. But a lot of young professional couples living in there too. It's a really fun area. Unfortunately, we have not shot a video though for this area yet, so I will add that to our list and we will be sure to get to that soon. Frasers Grove is the next area in this list, and Frasers Grove can be found just off of Henderson Highway, and it borders the Red River on the other side. So you can get a ton of riverfront property in this area. I shouldn't say a ton, it's a little bit more exclusive because the area itself isn't huge, but there are great riverfront options in there. There's also great green space and walking options throughout the area. Now it is close to downtown, so that proximity also adds a convenience factor, which was given a lot more weight in this study. As a result of its proximity to that downtown, you're going to find great public transit options, walkability, etc. Now, something that we've had clients express concern in when considering this area is the crime rates. The crime levels here are a little bit higher than average in other city or other neighborhoods within Winnipeg. And that really is because of its proximity to the downtown core, I would say. It doesn't tend to be as high in violent crime, but non-violent crime is a little more prevalent there. However, don't write this neighborhood off yet, because it really does offer great value for dollar. If you are looking for riverfront property, the homes here are far more affordable than a lot of the surrounding neighborhoods in the city if you're looking for a more substantial riverfront home. There's really great options in here. Unfortunately, we haven't shot a video yet for Frasers Grove, but now we shall. The fifth option was Scotia Heights. Scotia Heights almost mirrors Frasers Grove in that they are kind of across the river from one another. The difference with Scotia Heights is that it is accessed off Main Street, so close to the downtown core still. Similar pricing for homes in there too. Very affordable, riverfront, nice homes available. So one to consider as well. Again, not a neighborhood we shot a video for yet, so we will also add that one to the list. The next neighborhood to consider is Wolsey. Now, Wolsey is known in Winnipeg lovingly as the granola belt of Winnipeg, and for good reason. Here you're going to find a ton of character homes, and you're going to find those character homes are also mixed in with a ton of funk and hip, fun youthfulness in that neighborhood. It also neighbors River Heights, so it has a lot of homes very similar in age, character, size to River Heights. A lot of the homes were constructed right around the same time. Wolsey is considered a more affordable neighborhood though than its neighboring River Heights. You can definitely stretch your dollar a little bit further if you're willing to travel a little bit north from River Heights to be in Wolsey. We are currently working on a video too for Wolsey, so stay tuned to our channel because that's going to be coming up in the next few months. And I'll try to remember to add it to the comment section below so that you can easily access that one too. The next neighborhood on the list is Riverview. And I would argue that Riverview might just be one of Winnipeg's best kept secrets. It is right off Jubilee and it's surrounded by river on the other side. So there's really not a ton of thoroughfare going through the area. It's a quiet area. People coming into the area generally live there, or they might be commuting to work, but there's not a ton of traffic actually going into Riverview. And because it's sandwiched between river almost all the way around, you're going to find a ton of great green spaces and just parks to explore in the area. It's an older area, so a lot of character homes, a lot of very stately, substantial homes too. And there are some riverfront options in this area as well. Worth noting too, it is also super centrally located, has some great shopping opportunities within the area itself, right along Osborne, and you will find that the area is lively and youthful as well. We also have a video on this one, so I will link that in the comments section below too. The next area on the list is Old St Patel. So if you head a little bit more south from Riverview or St Boniface, where you're going to land is in Old St Patel. Now, This area has great bus routes to the downtown core. It does also have a lot more of the older character style homes. However, it wouldn't necessarily be as close to the downtown core as a lot of the other neighborhoods we've discussed. Still great routes though, still super short commute. We're talking about adding like only 4 to 5 minutes to your daily drive. It's nothing too substantial. It's still very closely located to great routes that get you to the downtown core. We also have a video featuring this area, so I will link that in the comments section below. Our video focuses on the larger St Patel area as a whole, but Old St Patel is definitely a huge proportion of that video. Crescentwood is the next neighborhood topping this list, and it's sandwiched really between River Heights and Pembina Highway. And what you're going to find are that you get some of those more substantial homes, more reminiscent of the River Heights area, but there are also some more affordable kind of post-war era houses in there too that were built with affordability in mind. So it really does have a wide range of property. It is ideally geographically located in that it's a quick jaunt down Pembina Highway to the downtown core and major hospitals. And it has a lot of green spaces, walkways. We've also created a video for this area too, so I will link that in the comments section below. And the last neighborhood topping this list is the West End. Now the West End could arguably be one of the most affordable neighborhoods featured in this list. The majority of the homes were built in the early 1900s, and today what we're seeing a lot of the time, because the lots in this area are a little bit more affordable, is a lot of those older homes are being taken down with new infill homes being put in their place. So there's actually some more recent development in that area too. Just something to note, it would be one of the higher crime rates out of these 10 neighborhoods featured in this list. And it would have a higher proportion of rental properties within it, just because the numbers really make economical sense for investors here. So you do see a much higher proportion of rental properties in this area. But keep in mind that the location cannot be beat. It is close proximity to Health Sciences Center and a quick drive to St. Boniface Hospital too, as well as the downtown core. We are currently finishing up editing on a video for the West End, so I will link that as soon as it's ready. I think it'll be done in the next 2 weeks, so keep an eye out for that one. So those are the top 10 neighborhoods as ranked by RE/MAX Realtors here in Winnipeg. But what do you think? Do you think that these neighborhoods should be featured, or do you think there were some key neighborhoods that were missed? In my opinion, this list had some really great options. However, it was very heavily skewed towards property that was closely located to the downtown core, had that quick commute to major hospitals, because everything here is very centrally located downtown. So it meant that those neighborhoods very close to there were the ones that were given the highest weighting. However, if you look at how cities evolve over time, a lot of the time you see that heavy population growth in the center, and then it kind of radiates outwards, and as time passes, we get closer and closer to the outer core of the city. So if you are looking for more new construction home options, then your options in this list are definitely going to be a little bit more limited to those infill houses that I spoke about when I was discussing the West End. There's not as many new development within these areas to purchase. If you are looking for newer subdivisions in the city of Winnipeg, there are a lot of great communities still not touched upon in this video today that have great amenities, great green spaces and parks for your family, and also great school systems. So just reach out, because one neighborhood is going to work different for every family. So it's important to be sure that when you are shopping here, that you are buying into the right neighborhood. Another point I would like to make too is that this study did not put a lot of weight on the crime rate in its criteria. And I can understand why, like, you don't want to put a negative spin on anything. However, when I find that people are moving to Winnipeg, they have two main questions. How bad is the winter weather? Will I survive? And also, how high is the crime? Because a lot of the time we have gotten a bad reputation for being the murder capital of Canada. Some of these neighborhoods featured in this list are higher than average crime rate areas. So just be sure to reach out to your realtor and get those crime rate stats, just so that you are comfortable in your purchase, because we can all steer you towards neighborhoods that will, if your criteria is to be close to downtown while being in a safer community. It's still very possible to do here. At the end of the day, what's really important is that you find a community that is good for you and your family and your current circumstance, as well as your future plans. So make sure that you reach out, whether it be to us or to another realtor, just to get that background on the neighborhoods you are considering. That's really paramount to being able to live and enjoy your home for years to come. And if you're from Winnipeg and you disagree with this list, please let me know in the comments section below. I personally disagree with it a little bit already, so I might have kind of biased you already, but be sure to leave it in the comments section below. Again, I'm Jennifer Queen with the Jennifer Queen team and RE/MAX Professionals. Me and my team are always happy to help with your buying or selling experience here in Winnipeg, so be sure to reach out if you need help. I will leave my contact information in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this video today, be sure to like it. It helps me in determining what kind of video content to shoot next time. And also hit that subscribe button so that you see our future content. Thanks again for watching, guys. Take care.